Hello, this is the TradeSet US Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Wednesday, the 19th of August, 2020. Hope you had a good trading day on Tuesday. Wasn't much of a day again, and this time it was kind of a weird. We gapped up, we went lower, then we came higher, and we ended up closing about where we started, and we'll go through all this. Here's the ES futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market futures form. And again, here's what we're trying to look at, right? The smart people understand that the big money is coming out of the market, and I'll show you what that looks like in a few minutes. The rest of this doesn't really matter. The ES didn't do anything. Crude oil down 20 cents to 42.69. It's been flat for weeks. Gold down $9.60. Doesn't really matter. The S&P gained 7. Nobody cares. The Nasdaq 100 up 110 points. Now this is the big one. New highs on the Nasdaq as we're approaching now. We've got, as we put projection mode, 11 candles up on the Nasdaq. But here's the thing. Most of that's because Amazon was up 130, Tesla's up 51, and Google's up 39. Just reality. And we'll talk about the advanced decline ratio in a minute. SOX, semiconductor index, down 12 points. Biotechs, down 24.78. Russell 2000, down 15.70. The VIX gains 16 cents. The trend closes at 1.25, puts the 10-day moving average at 1.15. Nasdaq volume 3.22. That is, again, as low as the prior 2 days. It's just been horribly flat on volume compared to what we've been seeing. So, again, nothing new in the markets except for the Nasdaq hits new highs. More stocks down. Oh, we haven't gotten to this yet. Let's take a look. Here's the big one, right? Advanced decline ratio on the Nasdaq. We saw this fall apart early in the morning and continues to be a problem. Down 830. So 830 more stocks down than up in the market. The 10-day moving average of the advanced decline ratio is actually negative. But the Nasdaq continues to hit new highs. We'll look at that in a minute. Advanced decline ratio on the New York, negative 631. So again, more stocks down than up, and the most in 3 weeks, once again. Google, now here's the deal. Up 39.54. Why not? We'll just take one of the FANG stocks and push it up. Apple up $3.82. Netflix up $9.52. None of this matters to traders because it's not real. Amazon up 130.08. Oh, sure. All-time high close on Amazon, and that'll take the Nasdaq up. Tesla up 51.45, gapped up and held. Again, there's a stock split coming there. That's why that's happening. Facebook $1.18. Goldman Sachs loses $1.76. Didn't really do anything for us today. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, up $1.17. So that's fine. Dow was down 67 points. Put call closes at 0.678. All right, intraday action. Little gap up, went higher, sold off hard on volume. The only volume of the day is the sell-off. Once the sell-off ended, volume dries up to nothing. We bounce back, get all the way back to the highs of the day. We had 13 sell signal. We tested the risk line, couldn't get through it, pulled back, closed inside the opening 5-minute candle. Think about that. So we went nowhere all day based on where we opened. On the Nasdaq, pretty much the same thing, a little bit higher. But again, Nasdaq's about FANG stocks. There's like 6 to 10 of them. They are what they are. So it doesn't matter what the indices are doing. Right now, there's a stealth sell-off going in the markets. What I wanted to show you again, I showed this in the lab today. We're going to 15-minute candles on the S&P, no, on the ES. So what I want you to see is this. Here's the last 2 weeks or so on the S&P and the ES futures. And look at how many days. They go back to the 10th. We kind of gapped up. And then we went flat and we sold off. We had another week, recovered. Then we gapped up a little bit, went through the whole day. We sold off early a little bit, didn't matter. Then we sold off late in the day, paid the sweep of the lows of the whole last 2 weeks. Then we gapped up here. Now, again, keep watching the down days because every time, or the down sessions in the middle of the days, because every time we have a down move, that's where the volume is. And this is what we call a stealth sell-off. We were seeing this, by the way, back in January, right before the February sell-off. The smart money is getting out of the market. The pros are leading the way out. We heard about Buffett selling banks like Goldman Sachs and everything else. There's no smart money buying the market. Everything's getting out of the market, and you got to be careful. Like we looked for opportunities today when we had the dip, but then it didn't continue. So it's fine. They're going to bring it back up. So we're not going to get ridiculous until the market actually keeps doing what it's supposed to do. But right now, we have the same situation we've been having for a couple weeks. The volume is in the sells. The daily volume is in the sells. The intraday volume is in the sells. It's not in anything else. It's very clear on the charts. Be careful. Just watch yourself, because this is how they do this. Like every time we go in the market, this is what happens. So we'll see what happens from here. In terms of economic data on Wednesday, OPEC meetings, crude oil inventories now are in the market. FOMC minutes at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken the trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading Wednesday.